Hello, everybody. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Donkey Kong 64, Part 28. Part 28. Fellas, in the last episode, I made my awkward return to hopefully recording videos for this game more consistently. We've changed up the rules a little bit, as some of you guys remember, of what exactly I'm going to be collecting and what exactly I'm not. I'm simply just, at this point, going to collect the kind of stuff that I want to collect because I think I have focused way too much on a completionist aspect of this game, which, to be completely real with you, is... It's very hard. Like, I love this game to death, but it is very hard to treat this game like a completionist sort of game. Simply because there's just so much to it. There's so much going on in this sea of a game, right? I mean, there really is. That's not to say I don't enjoy it. Again, I love it to death. It was the first ever game I ever played. Real quick, I'm actually going to... No, we're actually not going to do that yet. We're going to wait until Chunky's video for that. But, yeah, I'm changing up how I do completion with this, where I simply focus more on doing the GBs that I want to do. And we just kind of work from there. I don't know. Listen, if it takes me less time than I'm... Okay. If it takes me less time than I'm willing to end off an episode on, maybe we can bleed over and do another Kong's stuff. But ultimately, man, I just don't want to feel like I have to do certain portions of it, because at the end of the day, man, this is my own little therapeutic sort of thing. So I would like to be able to enjoy this properly. Nope. You got to do a little ordering game here. I believe this is 5. Yes, that is 5. But, you know, simply put, I think doing it this way is going to be a lot more easy on my brain. It may make the series a little shorter than we were originally intending, but I don't think that'll be a terribly big issue at the end of the day. Ultimately, this is still going to probably be pushing... I mean, this is not probably going to be as long of a series as Jamboree was. I could have swore I saw a balloon, dude. I did! I'm not going insane, after all. That's crazy. Okay. But, you know, I think ultimately this is still probably going to be the second longest series on the channel, right? Just at the end of the day, I think that is inevitably going to happen, and that's okay. All right, what's the next ditty? It's a bonus bear. Okay, I know exactly what they're talking about. I know exactly what they're talking about. And I swear to you, so this is the good thing about me changing up those rules. Bro, if we get a minigame that I don't want to do, if we get Minecart Mayhem, which I know shows up at least once more, I think it shows up in the next area, which, we're just not going to do it. We're simply just not going to do it because I don't want that energy. Fellas, I just don't... I don't want to do all that stuff, man. Okay, we're gonna see what this minigame is, and we're gonna see if I can, first of all, even get into it. We're gonna see if it's bearable, right? We're gonna see if it's bearable. Okay, it's a Mad Maze Mall. It might take a few attempts, but I think we'll be fine doing this one. But ultimately, I do feel as if you have to... Oh, you have to kill them? Oh, that's crazy. I do feel as if this format's going to be a lot better. Something that I do want to talk about again with you guys that I was kind of roughly talking about last episode, but I don't think I let myself properly finish the conversation topic about this, was the Retro Achievements Achievement of the Week from last week that I was talking about. For the game Sugoi Arcana Hearts 2, which if you weren't here for the last episode, I mentioned that this is a Japanese exclusive fighting game. That is not an easy fighting game either. That's another thing worth mentioning, is that this was, in particular, not the easiest fighting game ever. So combine that with the fact that I can't read anything that I'm looking at, right? There is layers to this that I could not even fathom to you. What? I'm DK in the jetpack? Wait a minute. Okay, so unintended side effect of playing as DK during this. What the frick? Okay. I never thought in a million years that would ever be something that I see. Just so I don't confuse myself, I'm not gonna worry about you yet. He was really trying to He was trying to sock me there. That was crazy. That was a crazy sight, fellas. Just gonna go ahead and grab this. Oh my god. That is crazy. What's the next GB? 2 doors for Diddy to enter in the large cave. You're right. You're right, and I know about that. But yeah, so I don't know. I find that what's happening to my camera? This is strange episode, right? Very bizarre. Oh, I think it was literally because of the falling rock stuff. That's weird. That's very strange. But yeah, so I also, as a result of the fact that not only was this game in Japanese exclusive, right? But it was also particularly a little weird on the front of just it was a tough fighting game. There was layers to this, right? So I had to figure out a strat. I was like, what do I do for this? Now, thankfully, there's a thing where on the comments section of every achievement page... Ooh! The upside of playing as DK right here. Wait. Okay, that was genius brain move. I'm probably still gonna fail this. But the upside to retro achievement stuff is that on the comment section of every game page... Wait. I can still save this! The miss snipe is crazy. Okay, I'm leaving, dude. All right. You can do a thing where you can click on each achievement, right? So you could click on the achievement for that game that has the achievement of the week, right? You click on the achievement of the week, and there's a comment section where people are talking about maybe strategies on how to clear out such a thing. Someone suggested the idea, and this is a very funny thing. There is a character in Sugoi Arcana Hearts 2. You should probably just call it Arcana Hearts 2 to be completely honest with you. This is a weird... I got him. That's what matters, right? But there's a character in Arcana Hearts 2. I don't know their name, but they are like a tiny girl riding a big dog, right? They're a tiny girl riding like a big wolf dog, right? And she has like a big pokey wand thing. She has a big pokey wand thing, and it's, you know, quirky, right? It's very quirky. Okay, so I didn't even kill all of you. This is rough. Wait! I can save this! Not again, dude. We're... Deja vu? I've just been in this place before. I would like to leave. I feel like I have more energy than usual today. I am very sorry about that, fellas. But yeah, so they recommended play the girl with the wand riding the big wolf dog thing, right? So I did. And they just said spam B from like mid-screen, right? Mid-screen. If you don't know about fighting games, that's just like mid-screen from, you know, the way the screen is currently. So you're kind of spacing and zoning, right? Fighting game terminology, ultimately. Very nerdy stuff. However, so they recommended, hey, just use B. And B causes you to use her big pokey spear thing, right? Fine. Cool. How did I whiff? Dude, these middle guys are kind of the stinkers, I feel. They are the true stinkers. Okay. I hate dealing with these two. Dude, okay, you know what? I might as well just... Hold on. I'll go back, bro. I'll go back, I swear. Alright, this is not going as well as I was expecting, but I am willing to do this one. See, there's a difference, right? There's like some GBs that are just utterly ridiculous that I wouldn't be willing to do them. This is one of the exceptions, bro. I'm willing to do this. It's just gonna take a minute. You gotta cut me some slack, but yeah. So spam B, and it'll get you through the entire arcade mode, which is kind of what the achievement of the week was. You had to get through the arcade mode, which has increasingly difficult CPUs. God, this is... Oh, this is cruel. Ew. Okay, that's fine. What? I went through them. Go. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. I think we can clear through them. Okay. Go. Please don't whiff. Go. Thank you. I had 1 orange. Oh, I was like, no, there's no way. You can't fail me now. But yeah, all this to say, I did end up getting the achievement with the cheese strat that someone in the comments of that achievement posted. And it was really, really nice. It was really, really nice. And around that time, I also started actually trying to master games, which mastering games is kind of the platinum terminology, or, you know, just getting every achievement for a game, right? So I started doing that. And the first ever game that I properly did all achievements for was Diddy Kong Racing. Now, of course, as a lot of you guys know, we've done a series on this channel of Diddy Kong Racing. Probably one of my favorite series we've ever done thus far. It was a very, very enjoyable game. Because that game's... it just means a lot to me, right? And it's also just one of the N64 games that I feel like has aged the best for me. And I just really enjoy it as a result. So I got all achievements for that game. I think there was like 94 achievements. So that's... yeah. No small feat. What in the world are we doing here? What in the world are we doing here? Please. Okay, so you just didn't. Do I have to? No. Do I need oranges? I need oranges, don't I? All right, man. Hey, that's chill. Look, I don't know why they decided to make Diddy's, Diddy stuff very orange themed. I can't say I fully understand it, but it's so fine, dude. There's no issue with it at all. Oh my god, where can you get more oranges? Okay, dude, you know what? Shut your pie hole with that. I have a secret strat, fellas, to getting more oranges. We're gonna do something quirky that I don't think you've ever seen me do in this series. Okay. We're resetting the game. I'm doing this because I think it resets your orange count on game reset. So I'm just choosing to do it this way. I don't know if this is the way that people typically do it. It may be. I don't really know. But this is the way I'm choosing to do it. So it's fine. You know, it's whatever, really. But, jeez. I don't know, man. Like... it's just so quirky. But so yeah, I've full mastered I think 5 games now. My 5th game that I mastered was actually last night, fellas, and we mastered a real doozy. Okay, I got done with mastery on Mario 64 last night. Now listen, I know Mario 64, all right, typical game, they're gonna throw some easy achievements at you guys. Let me just bring you in for a moment and remind you. Okay, so I have 15 oranges. This is still kind of minimal feeling, I won't lie. But, you know, like, Mario 64, number one, I would just like to point out, has 114 achievements. Now, I don't know if you guys can count. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and assume some of you guys can count. Maybe some of you can't, right? That's a lot. Even if they're easy, okay? It's a lot even if they're easy. And that's the thing. Some of them were easy. Some of them were just like no-hitting bosses. Some of them, though, there was this specific subset of achievements that I did not think were going to give me so much pain. But they were achievements where you basically had to collect every available 1-up that is in each level. You know, 1 for each level, right? Hey, okay, for some reason I couldn't switch there. So you had to collect every 1-up that was available in a level, and, you know, if you got all the 1-ups in Bob-omb Battlefield, that would give you an achievement. Whomp's Fortress, that would give you an achievement. Outside the castle, that would give you an achievement. Inside the castle, that would give you an achievement. And what I learned from that experience is that there is a lot of areas in Mario 64 that I didn't know 1-ups exist, right? Example number 1, and this is probably, can you just like, why are you just refusing to die? my god. Bro. Why are they not... Why are they unfazed? I am actually confused. Is this a mechanic? Strap on your jetpack and light the candles? How? How? Bro. They're not dying. But they don't die to... Hold up. Dude, they're not dying. They're not... Oh, do you have to get them from behind? Hold on. Dude. Oh, this sucks. Okay, you have to get them from behind. Understood. Whoa! Cool your jets, pal. Oh, you need to call... Bro. No! Stop. Thank you. Okay, so now does it... Okay. That's such a weird system, man. So now apparently I have to spring up, get my jetpack, and light the candles, which I know is going to be a mechanic in the next area. Oh. But, yeah. So Mario 64 and 1-ups, right? There is a very specific type of 1-up that exists that you can find in some levels, mainly Tiny Huge Island. Tall Mountain was another offender. Outside the castle was actually a huge offender, where there are these groups of, like, triplets of butterflies, right, that you can find. And these triplets of butterflies, guys, I'm just going to tell you, what they do is they come out in this pack, right, and if you just do a bunch of circles on top of them and really try and touch them as much as you can, they have and I would like to clarify, a chance to give you a 1-up. Sometimes they turn into a bomb that homes in on you and blows you up. Why? Why is that a thing? And the chances for them to even give you anything or give you a 1-up or a bomb are RNG. So they made you do these in the achievement, and I'm sitting here like, are you kidding? Okay. I think I know what I have to do. Here. I'm actually gonna go into jetpack real quick for Diddy's. Diddy's Kasplat is in a very interesting spot, if I'm understanding it correctly. I probably shouldn't actually be using this jetpack, and I should have used the one further out, because now I'm just using up more crystals, but it's fine. You know what? To save on crystals a little bit, here's what we're doing. Here's how I'm choosing to do this. We're going the long way around, because I just feel like that's the thing to do. But yeah. So 1-up achievements were rough. They were very rough, actually. There were achievements for, like, doing the red coin stars without getting hit, which is like, okay, that's fine. Right, there's not much of an issue there, I feel. It could be a lot worse, right? It's not exactly the greatest thing I'm ever going to experience. Cool. It's not exactly the greatest thing I'm ever going to experience, but it wasn't that bad. And yeah, all around, it was a pretty daunting game to clear. I cleared it in about 10 in-game hours, which is not the longest it's taking me to master a game on that site. 20 hours was actually the record for that, and it was held by the almighty Mario Kart 64. Guys, I'm going to tell you this straight up. Mario Kart 64 is the game of all time. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a bad game, but the rubber banding AI CPUs, if you've ever heard of those, and you've thought to yourself, oh, that's not a real phenomenon. They're just, you know, like any other game. It's just a skill issue. No, guys. I'm telling you this straight up. It is a very real thing that exists. And it is painful. It is so utterly painful. And I don't know why it's a mechanic. Wholeheartedly, I don't know why it's a mechanic. And I wish it wasn't. So, there's that. But nonetheless, you know, Mario Kart 64 was a game that it took me ages to clear out. There was also a game for the Game Boy Color that was a bit of a strange one. It only had 9 achievements, but it was a game called, and I am not kidding when I say this, Hello Kitty No Magical Museum. This was a puzzle game for the Game Boy Color, and I'm not very good at puzzles. This is a layer that I would like you guys to acknowledge. Hey, can I just, like... You're just refusing to grab it, honestly. Oh, I could have just gone over there. That's, you know what, that's fair. But it is notoriously very weird because I can't do puzzles to save my life. But I eventually ended up doing it in a whopping 50 minutes. All this to say, retro achievements is very interesting to me. Something that I have thought about doing, and I'll probably try and get through this topic before we end off the episode, since I know it's probably going to take me a little bit to get this splat. I really do feel as if I would like to revisit some games that we already do a regular playthrough of, so that even applies to games that maybe we haven't done yet in the future, and I would like to, you know, do a kind of a rerun of them where we focus on getting mastery on retro achievements in them. Now, I'm not going to want to do this with every game. This is going to be a very special game, or a very special thing for games that I hold very near and dear. Where is this? After Tiny activates the 4th teleporter. Okay, dude, they make this so notoriously difficult. I think I know where this is. Oh, this is a lot. Okay. So I've been taking the unnecessary long way, if you could believe it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be very interesting. I know a game immediately that I would really like to do retro achievement grinding on here on the channel is Diddy Kong Racing. I would love to remaster Diddy Kong Racing. Now, for any of you asking, will Donkey Kong 64 ever get a mastery? No. It will never get a mastery playthrough. You want to know why it'll never get a mastery playthrough, guys? Because one of the achievements, and it's the last one I think they intend for you to get, obviously, is to 201% the game, which is basically 100%ing the game. God, I am not doing that. Guys, you've seen the ups and downs I've done with completion rates on this game. It's not what I want to do, actually, at all, and I would actually really prefer not doing 201%. Now, that being said, there are some very interesting things that'll come with doing Diddy Kong Racing, which is that, number one, the series is going to be longer, not just because we're doing achievements, but because we're actually going to be doing more than we did in the base playthrough. If you guys remember, in the base playthrough, all we really did was we did achievements for, what is it? We did achievements, or not achievements. Oh, no, dude, I'm losing it. We did, the main adventure mode, and that was kind of the shtick, right? That was kind of the shtick. That's really what we did. That's all we did, right? But in the achievement playthrough, we'll have to do all of the time trials and successfully hit the time trial times. We will also have to do Adventure 2, which is a thing that I contemplated doing in the original playthrough, but we didn't end up doing it. What Adventure 2 basically is, for those of you who don't know, Adventure 2 is basically mirror mode for Diddy Kong Racing. Every track is mirrored. The silver coin placements are actually not just mirrored, but they are changed entirely to much harder locations that actually even threw me for a loop. So that is something worth mentioning. And I am honestly so down to do it. I really am. And there's probably going to be other classic games that we end up doing. There's some GameCube games that have support. Now, unfortunately, one game that I would love to do that technically does have retro achievement support, but not in the regards that I want it to, is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is a game that I would love to revisit here on the channel at some point, because it's just, I mean, it was the first playthrough we ever did back in October. God, 5 months ago? Oh, that's crazy. And it's just a game that I think would be really fun to revisit. The downside is that currently, Retro Achievements in terms of Nintendo consoles only supports up to GameCube. Now, I know what you're thinking. You could just play the GameCube version of the game. And to that I say, I do not have DK bongos. And I don't think there is a comfortable way to do that without the DK bongos, so I'm going to choose not to do that. And I'm going to wait until they get Wii release stuff out, which apparently they're working on Wii Retro Achievement support. And when that does come up, fellas, and Donkey Kong Jungle Beat does get an achievement set, we are revisiting that game. Mark my words, dude. It's happening. It's happening. Mario 64 could happen. I don't know. It just seems like it'll be tedious with the 1-up achievements, but who knows? Only time will tell. Anyways, fellas, that's going to do it for this episode of Donkey Kong 64. We were a little all over the place, but all things considered, I think we got there, and we got most of the stuff that I intended to get. Not that bad of an episode. In the next episode, we're going to tackle stuff with Lanky. We're going to tackle stuff with Lanky, and hopefully things will go pretty well there. I don't exactly know what some of his stuff is going to look like, but like I mentioned in the last episode and at the beginning of this episode, if there's anything I don't want to do and I figure out, oh god, this is going to take me ages to do, we're just not going to do it. We're just not going to do it because I think we're at the point in the game where if the goal is to complete the game, we have pretty much already set out to do most of what we need to do to get onto that path, and so on and so forth. So that's worth mentioning. Anyways, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and hop up on out of here. Fellas, if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, comment, subscribe. I don't know, it's your life. Do what you want. I don't really care. And I will see you fellas in the next video. Bye-bye, guys.